This is a stunning drawing made by Gasdrawn. Strongly advise you to check out his Instagram and Facebook pages. It's part of his March of Robots drawings. The friendly build-off challenge was instigated by markmakesmechs. We could all pick a picture and try to turn it into a 3D model, trying to stick as close to the picture as possible, but we could take liberties. So yeah, I had so much fun making this guy, I decided to do it again and make another one. So welcome back to Terrain by Aaron. So yeah, like I said, I accepted the challenge and decided to make this guy. So for the main body, I'm going to use a rubber or an eraser. Don't ask your dad what a rubber is, he has no clue. Ask your mum though, she might have some laying about in her purse when she goes out on a Friday or Saturday night with the girls. So I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but thought I'd give it a try anyway, thinking outside the box, and it was the closest shape I could get to the actual drawing. So I got a pack of 3, no pun intended there, of these erasers, and used it as the main body, and everything stuck to it just fine. So what I'm doing now, I'm just using some thin foam just to give it little patches where it needs to be, and then I'm going to use a bead for the bottom bit and some cardboard that I've used in the punch just to cover up the holes. Then I'm going to use a normal button, I think it was off an old coat or a shirt, for the eye bit. I'll leave a list of all the names of the people involved in this friendly challenge in my description down at the bottom. So yeah, so go check them out on Instagram or Facebook. They're doing some fantastic designs. So yeah, so here I go. I've just about got the hole ready for the button, and I'm just going to carve in some dents and some nicks so then I can stick the button onto the eraser, which everything's held up and the paint's held on it as well, so I'm more than impressed with it. Going to use a bead, and I've just used my laser eyes just to break it into 2. So I'm going to use them as the shoulder, 1 on each side. Then I'm going to use some adhesive pearls, still sticking as close as I can to the actual drawing. Found myself using an awful lot of this foam simply because it was easy to manipulate around the beads, and I had nothing in the bit box that could actually replicate this sort of thin round bit, so I just used this stuff. I was really surprised how well everything stuck to the eraser, because I thought it might just start to crumble with all the stuff on it, but everything's held on, and so yeah, more than happy. Thinking outside the box and then some, I guess, with this find. I'm not going to lie, the legs were a nightmare. I didn't want to just go down the easy route and just put wheels on him. I wanted to try and stick to the picture, so I just used some garden wire, and these were the hardest things to actually make stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get them glued in, and then I'm going to just try and cover up some bits using the foam and then a straw, just to not make it look like normal garden wire. So I must be the king of the bejazzler, bejazzling all his robots. And I didn't go too crazy. I kept to the design of the picture as well. So what I'm doing, I'm just cutting a bit of the plastic off, just to put the bead on to make it look like it's cuff, and then making a little two-fingered salute, and then using the activator spray just to get it stuck all in place. What I tried to do with his left arm, I tried to make it a little bit longer just to try and get the robot to stand by itself, but it wasn't having it. It was all too top heavy with the eraser, so I ended up just sticking it to the diorama that I quickly made. Again, just putting bits of the bead on just to make its cuff, and I'm just trying to test it to see if it will stand by itself, and no, it didn't. I'd actually forgot to put the beads on the legs to make it look like it was his knee joint, so I just quickly sliced a little gap in it and slid it over the wire. And then I used plastic primer, black primer. It was at that point I wondered if it would all just crumble and crack, but everything held on, so I would just cracked on with the colours. And I used yeah, it fell off its base. Just used all the colours that were in the picture, trying to stick as close as possible. And there's the famous hairdryer, just speeding up the process of drying so I can get it all done and dusted. So once everything was painted, this was the most nerve-wracking, to try and replicate all the graffiti that was on the picture. And I haven't got the best of brushes, but I did my best. And that is basically how I built this robot. So now I have two. I didn't put it on, I put it on a different base simply because I decided that I wanted to build a couple more. So this is probably one of three. And there you go, all done and dusted. So as always, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, hit all the buttons. And don't forget, check the link down below in the description for all the other people that are taking part in this. And I'll see you real soon.